guys, welcome back to our channel, A Little Bit Hippie. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. You're going to come with me and I'll show you what I do during the day. Hopefully it doesn't bore you too much. I'm taking a leaf out of the book of a good friend of mine, TJ. Now if you haven't seen her YouTube channel, I do recommend you jump over and watch it. She's just a hoot. It's a wonderfully put together channel. She's just fantastic. Anyway, the channel is called Life on Milo's Farm. A day in the life of an Aussie homesteader. Episode 1 is out now. I'll put a link down the bottom and you can give it a look. But highly worth it. Anyway, how about you come for a wander and I'll show you what we do. So as you know, I save all of my eggshells from baking, eating, whatever. We put them aside, dry them out, and then I'll crush them all up. So I split them into 3. One lot for the worm garden, one lot for the chickens. I make them a porridge sort of every few days, and I put some crushed up eggshells in it. It just helps boost the calcium level. And then the 3rd lot is for the garden. Now I'm actually going to try them around the tomato plants this year. So rumor has it that if you add crushed up eggshells to the base of your tomato plants, it wards off pests and fungal diseases and the like. So it's worth a shot. If not, it's going to give the soil a good calcium hit, isn't it? So, you know, let's get crushing.
Feels like I've known you my whole life, but nothing more than friends this whole time. Summertime skipping rocks so innocent. I never thought I'd ever hold your hand, but there's something in the sunset feels different this time. There's a feeling, if you feel it, baby, I don't wanna hide. We don't gotta stay friends forever, but we can cross that line together. Find love, baby, never say never. After
So I thought I'd show you how I do my chicken porridge. So they get this every few days. Just gives them a bit of a hit, really. So I've got normal rolled oats. They're not the quick oats. Now I have 8 chickens. I think I put roughly, I don't measure anything, so roughly 2 cups of the rolled oats. Chia seeds. Oh look, probably 2 dessert spoonfuls. Flax seeds. These are all really high in vitamins and minerals, so it's fantastic for them. I'll actually put about 3 of them in, I think. The crushed up eggshells, just a good sprinkle in there. I don't put too much in, but enough that it gives them a bit of a calcium hit. And regular minced garlic wards off any sort of nasties, you know. It probably a dessert spoonful of that, I reckon. And then boiling water straight over the top. Probably double the amount of the oats. Give it a quick mix. Grab some foil. Pop that over the top. And I will let that sit until those oats have soaked up all that water. I probably won't feed it out until tomorrow morning though. But there we go. Super easy. They love it. Really good for them, particularly in winter time. It just helps ward off colds and nasties. So there you go, guys. know that we had a broody duck, and I decided to put some chicken eggs underneath it. Well, they'll be due on the 25th of this month. And she has 7 out of the 12 still viable. I candled the eggs. I might show you later on how I candle the eggs because it's really quite interesting. Well, lo and behold, squacker number 2 went broody. So guess who got more fertile chicken eggs to sit on? These mamas aren't going to be happy when their eggs hatch and their babies don't swim. Hey, mama. Hey. So this is Ebony, and Ebony's babies will be due on the 25th of this month. So, a bit exciting, isn't it, girls? I know, right? We'll let them have their porridge. Enjoy your brekkie, girls. Well, everything's blooming in the little orchard as well. It's all taken off. It's a funny morning today. It's sort of overcast and a little bit misty rain. Hopefully it'll warm up a bit later so I can play outside. But check out the blossoms on the lemonade tree. Now, I've never owned a lemonade tree before, so this is a bit exciting. And this whole section here is all new growth. So it's obviously happy. Then we've got the little Mandarin Tree over here too, and check out all his new growth. Look at that. It's doing really well. The little lime, it was struggling. As you can see, it's still got a few curled leaves, but I think I've got it, and now it's got some new growth happening. The grapefruit, do you remember it had that, what I thought might have been rust? Well, it hasn't affected it at all now. It's come on tenfold. The little fig is looking fantastic. Fingers crossed, we might get a couple of figs. That'd be nice. And that apple tree, that bit at the back there still has not produced any growth. So I'm going to have to cut that bit off. But yeah, that's all right. Snoozy time for the pony. It's a hard life. Too bad for an old man, are you? Hey, look at the shine on you. That hair coming off. The joys of losing winter coats. There's half a horse coming off on that. Hey Mags, how's the babies doing? Hey, I can hear them up in the tree. I'm so excited. We bought a little water pump, a petrol water pump, because as you know, we're completely off grid, so no electricity. Anyway, we bought this cheap little water pump. Jono and Jono, I think it was. Anyway, I've now got water. I've now got a hose. I've now got water. So it used to take me an hour and a half to water all of the veggie patch behind me here, and the hothouse, and of course the interim patch that's over the back there. It used to take me about an hour and a half to water it all by hand and with a watering can. So I'm a tad excited now. It takes me about half an hour to do the lot, maybe a little bit longer come summertime when everything needs a really good drink, but it's so much easier rather than having to lug watering cans everywhere. This is just honestly heaven. So here's our watering setup. So we've got 3 IBC tanks here, and they've all got these little fit-ins that you can buy from basically any hardware store. Sort of, we do the whole Midland irrigation thing, but you can get them from the places like Thrifty Link. I know Donald Hardware, John sells them all there, and there's our little pump there. So it was a couple of $100 for this pump, and it's just so easy. It doesn't take much fuel at all. In fact, I think it takes 2 litres of fuel. I'm still running on the same tank of fuel when we first got it. It lasts for yonks. It's just brilliant. Anyway, I better water the greenhouse, so bear with me. Show you what's been going on. So for starters, those cuttings did nothing, no roots, nothing. The only ones that have survived are Peter's grapes that he potted up for me, and I think that they're mulberries over the back there that are still going strong. I've put the passion fruit out here the last few days just to weather them, because they're going to be going up against that back fence there in these 2 sections, just to give the chooks some extra shade come summertime. So let's see. Mark bought some chilies because our last lot of chili seeds did absolutely nothing, and I think it was to do with that crappy soil. Anyway, I've put in 1 lot of the cosmos. I've put them at the end of the tomato patches, hoping to bring the bees in there. The little violas aren't ready to go in yet, but they will go in the medicinal herb garden interim veggie patch for the time being. Whether you watched my last episode or not, our giant size veggie patch isn't giant enough. Anyway, we'll know for next year what will grow and what won't grow. For now on, we've just put a bit of everything in, and I will keep a journal so we know what is growing well in this area and what's not. Anyway, so I've potted up some new seeds. I've got sacred white sage here. That'll go in the medicinal herb garden, obviously, along with valerian. I'm having another crack at some ashwagandha. Now, English lavender as well. I've never actually had any success with that from seed, so we'll try again and see what happens. What have I got over here? I've got true dandelions. So I thought we were having some dandelions pop up here and there through the lawn here. It turns out it's capeweed. My bad. Anyway, so I've tried again also with the Corymbia ficifolia, or ficifolia, however you want to say it, the red flowering gum. So I've tried that again, and we will see what happens there. I've also put in 2 pots of honeydew. I've never grown that before, so that will be interesting. I've also potted up another lot of the lemon scented gums too, because I was disappointed, so bitterly disappointed when I lost that one. The foxglove, I have put 1 lot of them in. and this lot will also go in. I'm going to put this in the veggie patch itself to bring in the bees. I've got eggplant, black beauty, and crystal apple cucumbers in here. Under here I have got Manuka honey tea tree. So it likes a consistent warm temperature, and I'm hoping that adding the humidity with the tub over the top, it might just bring them on. Anyway, we'll soon find out. Sugar snap peas, some pickling cucumbers. I don't know whether you remember in one of the first videos, they turned out to be a complete fail, so I'm giving them another go. The yellow zucchini, right off, did nothing, and when I dug it up, the seeds had rotted, so no good. Peter's butternut pumpkins though, two, didn't pop up. They look fantastic and will go in the patch. Mugwort down here has done nothing so far, but that's fine, it can take a while. I have one yellow gross lizzie that has popped up, and I also have some alpine strawberries that have popped up, and these are the Alibaba, I think that's what it says. Anyway, nothing else from the other yellow gross lizzies, nothing from the lady's mantle yet, and nothing from the white strawberries that I've put in. Celery, geez, that's taken a while to come up. I think I'm actually going to have to separate it out. The calendula is doing really well and looking sensational. So everything up here is looking good too. We've got the soapwort, which I have confirmed I am not loving on a weed. It is soapwort. So I've got two of them that are going really well. The red vein sorrel, it's stunning, isn't it? I can't wait to get that in the ground. And the comfrey, look at him. There's even one in the fourth one there. I'm really excited about that because I use it a lot in tinctures and teas and balms. Herb Robert, look how beautiful he is. Isn't he pretty? And the bergamot is looking fantastic. There's a little patch here which I think got too wet, but the patch at the back's looking fantastic. Feverfew, I've got to plant some of that out. I've got to stop putting it off and I've got to plant it out. And the sunflowers down here, all looking fantastic. Can't wait to get them in the ground. They will actually have to go in soon. So, whoo, anyway. So this was, remember the dud soil? So I've still got a couple of things going. I've got little chilies, Sweet Temptation. They're those little stuffed chilies that you see in the deli. I've got habanero orange. There's actually two that have popped up. And I've got one snack capsicum that's come up. The squash. So this was the sweet dumpling squash. These ones. I've lost the tag. Here it is. Only two have come up. The other seeds had rotted and were just no good. The other squash that were in here are now in the patch. The tomatoes, black crim, only got two. The cherry honey, I only got two. And the yellow gross lizzie, I have got a couple down there. That's it, unfortunately. The beefsteak seedlings that were there are now in the patch. Jalapenos, we have actually got quite a few of them that came up to our surprise. They were quite late, actually. Then up here, we've got the capsicums, the Californian Wonder. This was the crappy soil again in all of these. So the Californian Wonder, the green one here has done fantastic. The red has done fantastic. The others, not so much. The tomato Garden Delight, which is like a little cherry tomato, he's got a few coming up. The golden capsicum, there's a few there, but I'm not holding up much hope for them. And there is two of the RG chilies. I think I might repot them and see what happens there. The watermelons are looking fantastic. They did get a little bit browned on. We had a couple of really nasty frosts and really cold weather here the last 2 weeks. It's been awful, actually. It was like winter all over again. The evening primrose, there's a couple in there that will be planted out soon. The yarrow, you can see they're starting to get their adult leaves now. And that peppermint has got to go in soon. I might even put it in a pot and see how it goes. I think Maggie's determined to be on camera. So they say that magpies can recognize faces, and she definitely recognizes us. I just have to call her and she will fly down. Now, we don't encourage feeding wild birds, obviously, but if I'm out here eating lunch, I always flicker a bit and she knows it. So anyway, go see your babies, mama. So Mark's all excited because he got himself a new ride-on mower, right? Big fancy thing, you know, goes fast, blah, blah, blah. And I was jealous because it's got a cup holder and a phone holder, right? And my little Johnny, poor Johnny, we love him. Yeah, he had none of that. He was pretty basic. Well, guess what? So, I made my own. Nothing an old plastic container and a few screws can't fix. Look at that. Drink holder, phone holder. We're set, Johnny. Look at that. Drinks, snacks. What more could a girl ask for when she's cleaning horse paddocks? Is she mowing the horse paddocks? Well, there's method behind my madness, right? So I am anal when it comes to looking at the weather, particularly the radar, and I have a rough idea when I know it's going to rain. So I will mulch up all the horse poo and it spreads it through the paddock. As you can tell by looking, as much as we've got dry patches, as much as you can tell by looking, we still have grass and we still have pick, which normally this time of year, I don't know whether you can see all the capeweed next door. We don't have that in the horse paddocks. So I mow them a couple of times, probably once a week, and then I actually pick up the poo once a week. But I will do it again if I know it's going to rain, because it will rain, it'll soak into the ground, and free fertilizer for the ground. And as a result, we have constant pick for the horses. So some horse people are going to go, oh my God, you can't do that, rah, rah, they'll get colic and this, that and the other. Well, sorry, my horses, look, they're pretty bloody hardy for starters, but secondly, I've never had an issue with that. I don't mow the grass per se, so I don't have mulched up grass that they're going to pick at. But look, I say stick with what works, and well, it works, and my paddocks still look all right. So, you know, there's method to the madness. So now it's time to clean the chook shed out. So what I've been doing is collecting the straw from the chook house and the horse manure, and I've been like layering it like a lasagna and putting it under a tarp to rot down, and then that's going to be like the ultimate compost for the patch. So let's go and clean the chook house. Anyone would think she's laid an egg. Dark and secretive, but I just thought I would show you. This is how I candle the eggs. Now look really, really closely. See how there's a membrane formed up here? And if you look really carefully here, you might even be able to see the baby move in. You can just make out the baby move in there. Right, there it goes. So that's a good egg. Now, I'm a bit devastated because Ebony, she's killing her babies the second they start to make noise. So she's killing them, getting the eggs and killing the babies the second they make noise. So I've moved them to underneath the other duck now and seeing what happens. So here's another. That one's a bit hard to see because it's a little bantam du clay, but that is still a nice solid viable egg with a baby in it. So these are some of the other eggs that the other duck is sitting on, and I'm not sure you can make that out, but you can see this bit here. I don't know whether you can see it, but I can see that there's veins happening in there and a little heartbeat. So that is a good viable egg as well. But obviously they are due later than, well, here's a really good one that you can see. Oh, I hope you can anyway. So can you see the veins? The little veins that are in there, if you look carefully. And you can see the baby in there too. And another one. So it looks like so far all these other eggs that she's sitting on are all viable, all have babies. So that's pretty exciting actually. Excuse me, sniffing, sorry. Here's, oh no, there is a baby in there. I don't know whether you can make that out as well as the others. I was going to show you a dud egg, but so far I haven't found a dud egg. Yeah. They all seem viable at this stage. Now this is another one that I took off of Ebony, and you can see the baby in there, up in here, and then they hatch out of this big fat end here. Well, hopefully. Oh, there you go, you can see the baby moving in there. Sometimes if you scratch the shell, they'll move for you. And sometimes if you scratch a shell, you can hear them tapping back. I wish you could hear. But anyway, so I think this is another one that I took off of Ebony. Yeah. And again, another big, fat, healthy baby in there as well. So, you know, I'm just devastated actually, because she was meant to be a good mum and she's raised babies before. And I know some people are going to say, oh, it's because you've put chicken eggs under duck eggs. Not actually the case. So I've successfully put chicken eggs under ducks numerous occasions before this, without any issue whatsoever. This is the first time I've ever had a duck or a chicken kill their own babies. So it was a bit traumatic to see actually. Unfortunately, these things happen. Homesteading, unfortunately, you know, not all things are peachy and fantastic and roses, and you know, sometimes it's bloody hard and it's bloody awful. Unfortunately, you just have to suck it up and deal with it. And the worst part for me, it was one of the little Duclay eggs. So it was a little tiny baby and it was fully formed and obviously on its way hatching, and she's just killed it straight away. So no more babies for Miss Ebony. Not risking that again. So sorry for the bad news, guys, but the good news is we still have plenty viable and we should still have babies. So stay tuned for that. I want to get real for a second, right? I don't do this very often, so, you know, bear with me. I get people making these comments all the time of, but homesteading's so easy, you know, it's so cool, it's such a great lifestyle, rah, rah. Yeah, it's a really great lifestyle, don't get me wrong. We love it. We wouldn't have it any other way. But you know what? It's a lot of work, like dead set, a lot of work. You are working from the time you get up, well, you know, after my second coffee, maybe. But anyway, I digress. It's a lot of work. You get up in the morning, you get organised, you go out, you poo pick the paddocks, you feed the horses, you water the garden, you weed the garden, you water the hothouse, you go inside, you prepare dinner and everything, get that sorted, ready to go. Dishes, washing, housework, come back outside, more weeding, feeding the garden, cleaning the chooks, collecting the eggs, feeding everyone, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of work. And then I have my balms and teas and all that sort of thing that I make as well. So my days are taken up literally the time I get up until the time I fall into bed. It's not an easy lifestyle like everyone's making it out to be. It's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. As I said to you, I would not have this any other way. I just love it. And I hate having a day that I don't feel I've been productive. I feel like I've wasted a day. If I'm sick, if you know the weather is absolutely terrible, whatever, I try to make the most out of each day. And if I don't get that, I get really narky about it. I can't deal with not being productive. Winter time, I am a monster. You do not want to be around me. I'm horrid. If I can't get outside and play, you know, morning till night, I'm cranky. Anyway, the moral of the story, people, homesteading's hard. It's an exceptionally rewarding life, but it's damn hard. You know, these people that are thinking, you know, they're going to leave the city, they're going to get some land, they're going to become homesteaders. Research. Seriously. Like, just go research overload, then make your decision, okay? But, as I said, we love it. We absolutely would not give this back for the world. I mean, seriously. Really? I live in the best place ever. I'm in my own little slice of heaven here. Mark and I have just landed on our feet, and look, it's a ripper little community. We have our homestead going here, and we just love life. Really neat trick, just a quick one while I'm here. As you know, we like to recycle and reuse. Well, we had one of these power feed things. It connects to the hose. So I'm cheating. I have power feed. So I'm literally just going to put halfway, maybe, because it's pretty concentrated. I think I did like a quarter of the way, but that's fine. So I'll put that in there, that back on there, connect the hose, and look at that, instant feeder. Not just a pretty face, eh?
Feels like I've known you my whole life, but nothing more than friends this whole time. Summertime skipping rocks so innocent. I never thought I'd ever hold your hand, but there's something in the sunset feels different this time. There's a feeling, if you feel it, baby, I don't wanna hide. We don't gotta stay friends forever, we can cross that line together. Find love, baby, never say never. After all this time, I just want to take a step in a new direction. I wanna tell you what I failed to mention. We can fly a couple of birds of a feather.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than what was on the video. I have to edit it pretty hard. But you get the general idea. Like, it's a lifestyle that we absolutely adore, and we just wouldn't change back. There's no way known you'd get us back in town now. But I do stress to people, it's hard yakka. I work part-time as well, so you know, we have to try and fit things in, and there's always something to do every day. There's always more chores added to the list, and there's a lot of behind the scenes things that you don't see. But look, I find it's exceptionally rewarding. You know, you go out into the garden, you pick yourself a cauliflower or some herbs for your tea that night, and it's just the most satisfying thing. I can't describe it to you. Until you do it yourself, I just can't describe it to you. Anyway, guys, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy my cup of tea and my cantaloupe, and I'm going to get some crochet done. So remember, guys, live life to the fullest, love beyond words, and laugh like no one can hear you. Till next time, bye.